This one's wife. She knew what she signed up for. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. It is often a useful exercise to go back and look at something anew, something that you have read before, watched before, accessed previously. This is because often you have been furnished with new knowledge, which causes you to examine the existing material in a new light. So, for instance, I occasionally repost older videos of mine so that you can revisit them. And with your increased knowledge and understanding, you will invariably see something afresh in the material. Commonly, with those that read my blog, they explain that when they revisit old materials, now having moved along their journey in relation to understanding narcissism, they see things that they once didn't appreciate. That now the fog of emotional thinking has cleared, it has enabled them to see things which at first were, in effect, hidden from them. That with an increased understanding and application of logic, they now see new information. It was always there, but it has presented itself to them in a more meaningful way. Often it is useful as an interesting exercise just in itself to look back and go, goodness me, knowing what I know now, look at this situation, how I view it differently. And an opportunity presents itself in relation to this one's wife. That over 3 years ago, there was a columnist who raised some observations about the conduct and behaviour of this one's wife whilst she was in the royal family prior to her departure. Now, it's often been the bleat of this one's wife that she didn't know what she was getting herself into, that she didn't know what she was signing herself up for in relation to the royal family. This, of course, to seasoned campaigners is hogwash. Why? Well, first of all, although she claimed to have known nothing about the royal family, we know that she's someone who has grown up with the use of the internet. And what you do is you Google somebody and you find things out about them. That is basic entry-level investigative work. But we also know that she was a fan of the royal family, having been pictured outside of Buckingham Palace and had some form of mini shrine to Diana, Princess of Wales. Accordingly, she knew far more than she let on about, which of course is the convenience of the compartmentalization of her narcissism. But it gets worse for our serial reviser of history. We also know, as a consequence of the good work of Tom Bower, that both Camilla and Sophie made themselves available to guide her and explain to her what was expected of her, what she could expect, and the way things worked. But of course, since Madam knows best, she pooh-poohed all of that. Furthermore, the late Queen provided her with a complement of staff in order to allow her to utilise those people so that she could cement herself into the institution to ease her passage into the royal family. Thus, she knew more than she said that she did, and she was certainly given plenty of help to know exactly what she was signing up for. Cindy Adams, some time ago, wrote, "With British blats leaking all over America's happenings, only fair for me to expel bodily fluid on theirs." Selfish this one's wife knew precisely exactly, bet your assets on it, what she was doing. For openers, why'd she want that twit Harry? Why? Because playing house or castle with him was a better role than anything on TV. Indeed, she recognised that joining the royal family was far superior to being an actress on television. She knew that it would give her fame, which subconsciously enables her to access, control, fuel, character traits and residual benefits. She knew that she would get to live in a prestigious property, which subconsciously is a residual benefit, which also she can triangulate people with for the purposes of control and fuel. An actress, the writer continues, she loves the spotlight, or more accurately, as a narcissist, she loves the spotlight. Attention, importance. She knew a good script when she smelled it, and she knew what part she needed to flex to get it. Indeed, her narcissism knew that she needed to seduce Prince Harry and to therefore roll out the spicy poontang, the fake compassion, and the mirroring, amongst a host of other manipulations to ensnare him. How dare this nothing nobody do that to the Queen, who's 93? Remember, this was written a few years ago. Forget even that Her Majesty Elizabeth's a symbol, a monarch, a sovereign, Queen of the realm. She's first of all a mother, a grandmother, a great-grandmother, a majesty. This is how you treat a mother? The greatest, most precious human being ever in my life was my mother. This is how you treat a mother? And the way to treat that alleged nitwit's husband's brother, father, whole family. As you can see, at this juncture, while she was still in the royal family, this writer in page 6 saw her behaviours. And that royal stupidness grandson Harry, not revering his grandma, conspiring to diss her, what he'll do Mother's Day, send Her Majesty that Nazi swastika shirt he once pranced in. Formerly married, divorced, showbiz, biracial, foreign, American, been around, strong-minded, tough, smart, allegedly maybe, could be possibly selfish and headstrong, this one's wife, never thought playing the palace would be different. This is only hearsay. But in London, a Brit socialite who knew a way around money, Europe, royalty, told me, and my companion, so I wasn't alone in hearing this, that this one's wife was known in the old days. She was around the famous playgrounds Europeans visit, and known to be shopping for a rich husband. There we have it. She was known for going around particular hunting grounds looking for a rich husband. The behaviour of a narcissist. Not interested in love, although she believes in it because she's an unaware narcissist, but seeing that she could find somebody based upon their status and their wealth. She doesn't know that she's a narcissist, even though those are things that are residual benefits. She simply sees it as, well, I want to be famous and I want to be wealthy. And therefore, that's her narcissism guiding her to pursue those aspects, which are, of course, part of the prime aims. She's allowed to know that's what she's after, but she doesn't truly know why she's seeking them, because she doesn't know that she's seeking the prime aims. But she does know that she was scouting around for a rich husband, and that she was seeking in a particular playground, and moreover, people knew that's what she was up to. How about Fergie, that other temp duchess who divorced Prince Handy Dandy Randy Andy? She took a handout from Jeffrey Epstein. She made a few quid hyping Weight Watchers. She got photographed sucking a guy's toes. And when this newest Duchess Light no longer needs hairy Harry, the crapshoot is how long she stays. She's already interviewed PR folk in the States. Tired of kissing babies, visiting hospitals, laying wreaths and being stymied, she's already tapped showbiz possibilities in the colonies. She'll be back in the business big time, while her husband, who's never earned a farthing, diapers the kid. Remember a predecessor of generations gone by, Duchess of Windsor, who married the almost king, also had been married and divorced, also foreign, also American. She was not happy afterwards. She was tough. I met her. I interviewed her, writes the journalist. She was constantly looking to negotiate some sort of financial betterment. Hey, sic transit, this one's wife. Interesting to go back to that article, which was from January 2020, to highlight not only the fact that it was apparent that this one's wife was running around certain playgrounds trying to find a rich husband, but also the observations that are made in relation to her conduct and behaviour. And particularly as we have seen that behaviour play out over the last 3.5 years, beyond that which we'd seen already, just how accurate those observations have been. She knew full well what she was getting into, because her narcissism knew that she could get the prime aims by joining the royal family, and all of her protestations that she was not aware of what she was getting involved in clearly have no weight or credibility whatsoever. But of course, when it comes to this one's wife, that's hardly a surprise. I'm HG Tudor. Thank you for listening.